Well, I'm pissed off.
You're pissed off.
Yeah, I spilled something right before we started recording this, like 10 minutes ago. My floor's wet.
Really?
My carpet's wet. I didn't.
And you're just going to let this go on. You're just not going to do anything about it.
No, I put paper towels down. I dried it as best I could.
Okay.
I wasn't waiting to tell you and then address the situation at hand.
Yeah. Well, I thought you just gave up. I thought you're like, I'm mad and I gave up.
No, I'm just pissed that it happened. I didn't like that it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I haven't
That's
spilled
cool.
anything. I haven't spilled anything in a long time. It's been forever.
A long time?
I don't spill things anymore.
I just spilled something probably 20 minutes ago. It was a small spill, but it happened 20 minutes ago. And I like you know those like what's the word that I don't know why my brain does not work that well anymore.
A baby bottle.
A humidifier, not a baby bottle. A humidifier. But it's like a really specific type. It's like this like little elephant, and like you load it up with water. You know, it shoots water out of its little trunk and everything. Right? It's got like it's like for babies basically, or you know, fully grown adults. Because I had one 7 years ago and I lost it and bought a new one for the baby. But like, I was filling it up the other day, and I was so close to having it like nice and full. I like to get like a very specific thing. And then like my baby made like a little like cry noise. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then the whole thing just spilled over, and then, got my pants, the floor, my socks, soaked. And it also just completely destroyed that thing.
Okay, we skipped a step there though. How did you went to filling it up? You looked over. How did you spill it from what, baby?
Right, I'm gonna give you a visual here.
Okay.
I'm giving you a visual here.
Okay,
this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this is a table, right? This is
That's a table,
whatever
right.
it's on.
Yeah.
Right. I put it down.
Yeah.
I put it down in a way where more weight was off the edge than on, and then it spilled on everything, and then
did you catch it?
Oh, I certainly didn't. It broke.
Oh,
and now we just have a broken humidifier. It's cool.
Yeah, I try not to.
My
spill
wife
things.
loved that from me.
Yeah,
she hit me with like why are you rushing? Like why are you rushing to get this done? I'm like, I'm not rushing. I just am clumsy sometimes.
Dude, you got to slow down.
So I'm glad that you don't have any issues when it comes to.
Clearly, I do.
Not dropping things. Well, no, this is you're making it seem like this is an isolated incident. It's like it doesn't happen often, but that is not the case for me. I'm gonna say I drop maybe 4 things a week. Not the baby.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
really
make that
good
one
at
of them.
not.
Do not
I'm
make the
really
baby one of them,
good
dude. Do
at
whatever
that.
you do.
No, I do like the full like I put her over my shoulders type of thing, and it's like I carry her like she's lumber, and I'm like a lumberjack, like a real manly thing to do.
Do you ever get scared she's gonna like get really strengthen her arms one day and just like leap off of your shoulders, like leap off and like they try, dude. Dude. Babies in general, they try to actively end their existence. Yeah,
a lot. They do. It's like the first like couple years of their lives, dude. Like you really have to be on it, because like they're trying to take like the exit ramp as soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
And that's you can't let them.
Yeah, you can't let them.
You can't let them.
I feel like that's probably that's like one of the few things that they're able to do is just end it all a little early.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you gotta make sure that's not the only thing they can do. Also, what is it? I guess I wanted to ask you last time, because I guess you haven't really talked about it. What's it like being a dad, you think? You liking that so far?
Really?
Yeah.
Look, I can go into that, and I will. Okay. But you ever just like hit record on this and then immediately get an itchy nose? You're like, how am I going to do this in a way?
You can itch your nose. No one's going to be upset at it.
No one's good. No, I'm doing like that. I'm doing like the fast one too, where I'm like, okay, look how clear it is. You know, it's skimming. I'm not going in because you don't want to be that guy that just sitting there, you know, digging in his nose for gold.
Yeah.
Right.
You can misdirect them. What is that over there? And everyone looks away.
What the hell?
Yeah. And then when everyone's looking that way, then you can do whatever you want for a few seconds. You got a few seconds there.
True.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what is that below? Is that the like button? Oh my God.
Dude, that's
really
good.
Look at that. Really look at that.
Do you remember to say that every video?
No, I always forget.
And it's very
almost
evident.
Always forget.
I forget too, and it's always very clear when I do forget because the likes are
16 likes.
Yeah, wow, there's only 16 people that enjoy what I do. I fucking hate my life. Thank you so much.
You really got to remind them, dude. You really got to remind. As an experiment, we didn't say anything last time. Like this video now just to see, even if it's like less views, we need to see if this is a real thing that when you hone in on it, that like, you know, let's see if it like doubles or something. I gotta say though, being a father, it's kind of cool, dude.
Why?
You know, so there's a few angles in which you could approach this. So let's put it like this. You know when you get like a new pet and you're like, oh, I'm about to have like the best, you know, let's say it's like a dog, best 10 to 20 years with this dog.
20 years.
Right?
Yeah, it's a long time with a dog.
Yeah, 20 years. Well, yeah, but that's if it's like, you know, you get like insurance for your dog and everything. Some people do that. Like, you know, some people do that shit, and it's like, I commend you. Because it's like...
That's how you give them a 20-year lifespan, is you just get them insurance.
you get them insurance.
They should start advertising it that way.
Yeah, what I do, I sit there, I try to keep, you know, my dogs, you know, first of all, alive. You know, try to keep them alive, happy, healthy. Yeah. And then nothing's happened yet, but, you know, for my first family dog, I'm kind of following this philosophy. You just wait until some fucked up shit happens, and then you're like, damn, there goes my entire savings. And then that, just let it happen that way instead of getting pet insurance. Because then if someone finds out you have pet insurance in a conversation and they also don't have pet insurance, they might look at you like you're like, you get insurance for your pet. Even if it's the smart thing to do, they might just think, you know, that you're different.
Do you think that's...
And I guess that...
Do you think that about people that have pet insurance? Do you think
No, I'm just... No.
Okay.
No.
So you're saying there's a possibility that someone might...
There's a possibility that someone else might.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to because insurance is smart.
So you get a pet.
That being said...
You get a new pet.
No, that being said, someone said this about dogs, you know, to me, and it's like, ever since I'm like, wow, that really makes sense. Dogs are basically like you have permanent toddlers that can't talk, right? They're just, you know, they're happy. You know, they throw their little tantrums every now and then, I guess. Yeah. But, you know, point being is like they're basically like very clumsy toddlers just running into shit all the time. And they just want to be around you all the time. And they just want to be loved. Yeah. Right. So ever since that, I was like, oh, wow. Like ever since hearing that makes so much sense. That's exactly what my dogs are, you know, and it's great. Yeah. Now that I have a baby, I went into this kind of with that mindset of like, you know, I've had dogs for my whole life, and I've watched dogs and loved them my whole life. Yeah. Now, you know, is it going to be kind of something like that? At the rate at which they like progress is wild. Because like she's already sitting there smiling at me. My dog has never smiled at me, and I've done a lot of nice shit for those dogs, dude. Yeah. But like she's already like sitting there smiling at me and like doing things where you're like, oh my God, this is a person. I don't know if that sounds like really stupid. No, I know what you mean. Just saying that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like the realization, you're like, damn. Yeah. Like this is my kid. Like that's crazy. Yeah. And like, you know, and she's looking at me, dude. Like fuck. Like, yeah. You know, what if I'm an idiot and like I fuck something up? You know what I mean? Like, like what if I'm like, oh, like, you know, let's go to the park or whatever, and I'm like, you know, oh yeah, she can stand on, you know, that toy thing, you know, or that like, you know, jungle gym or something, and then she falls off and breaks her leg. I'm the asshole. Yeah, that's on me. I can't sit there and go like, whoa, that's crazy, mom. I'm the mom, or the dad.
That's on you.
Go with.
Yeah, 100% on you. So how does that make being a dad cool?
it's rewarding in a way, and I don't want to be that guy that just sits there and like, it's amazing, it's the best. I didn't sleep for like the first 2 months, and now that I'm like starting to like get some sleep like through the night, like, my sanity is returning to me a bit.
You don't hate her anymore?
No, I've never hated her.
Okay,
I've never hated her, but like, it was like, I know what I'm doing this for, but like, this is fucking tough.
Yeah.
Like, like just doing shit on no sleep. It's like you get frustrated, but then it's like, you're not gonna be the asshole that's getting frustrated at a baby. It's a baby.
Yeah, it's just a baby.
You're just gonna you just sit there and suck it up, and you get a little sad about it. Right?
Get a little sad, yeah.
Get a little sad, but we finally got to the point because, like, for the first like month or two of their lives, you're not even there. You are literally not even there. They don't even look at you for the most part. Like if they're looking at you, it's because it was a mistake.
It's mad disrespectful, first and foremost.
Yes, absolutely.
They don't get it.
They're sitting there. You are not a person to them, and then when you finally become a person and they're aware. There's like this whole thing where it's like when babies look at you at like around 2 to 3 months and they start smiling, because like before then, if they smile, it was a mistake. They were joking. They did not mean to do that.
Yeah.
But after, they're doing it intentionally because it's like it's one of those things where their nervous system is signaling that this person makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
And this is like a comfortable place to be in, with this person. So when like she finally smiled at me, I'm like, damn. Like, it's all worth it, and it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah. You didn't get any indicator that it was like a malicious smile or anything? Like, it wasn't like, I'm going to fuck your life up.
We don't know.
Okay.
We really don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of those things, it very well could be that, she's going to kill me when she has the ability to.
Yeah, she could.
And, and you'll hear about me in the news.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case.
Me too, I hope
If it's a malicious smile, I'm not getting that yet. I don't think babies have the ability to want to kill you at 2 months, but I could be wrong.
They've made movies about it, I think. Like whole movie, I guess more
Killer
like
Baby.
Yeah, well, I think like Chucky's a doll. I was thinking of that. Yeah, they've definitely experimented with the idea of a very small, insignificant living being having the capability of, murdering. I hope that's not for you. I don't want that for you.
No, if something Chucky like comes to life and kills me, that sucks for me. It sucks for me.
That's terrible. But awful way to go.
The thing is, awful way to go. There's some cool shit going on, right? There's some cool shit going on. We got to look into it. I can't look into it anymore. Yeah. I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
I'm not here anymore.
You're on to bigger and better things, assumingly. You're not here. You're doing something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I am elsewhere. But we got to look into that doll then, because some cool shit's going on.
We got to do a little more research on that. That is really funny that this did come up, because I wrote down a little note that I was having this thought. I don't even remember. I think I was just like watching YouTube shorts or something. And, my YouTube shorts, ever since I started watching anime stuff, it's just anime stuff. That's all I get. It's just people ripping anime scenes, putting subtitles on them, posting them, and then hoping to God it gets millions of views and they make money off of things.
And it works.
And it works
and
so well.
It always works.
It works so well.
I get movie clips, dude. I get movie clips and like show clips of like the Flash on like the CW, which every show on that shit's fucking terrible. And it's always like those really garbage edits where like they have that music like blah 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 blah, and it's like all these like different annoying zoom. It's like, damn, this is Buddy's first time editing anything.
Yeah, there's like 6 songs that they use in all of YouTube shorts. There's 6.
Hate all of them.
There's like 6
Hate
songs.
all of them, dude.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah,
but on these shorts, there's usually some magic going on in anime, like real destructive magic. Usually some guy doing it better than others. And he's
always looking cool.
He's
always
aura
looking
farming,
cool.
Aura farming per usual, just looking real nice. All the girls are like, damn, this guy's, I like what's going on there. I think me and 18 other girls are thinking the same thing, and they all go after the guy. But I was thinking when I saw this, that I'm really, really happy that magic, it doesn't exist in our world, because if it did, well, one, we wouldn't be here. Humanity would last about 100 years max. Like society would have never been born. Like nothing would have had if magic was here. Because everyone.
So what sort of rules are we talking? What sort of magic?
I don't know. Anything,
obviously,
like basic.
It has to be like a rigid framework for the most part, right? And then you can kind of like that's where you start, and then you can kind of expand on that. Like, are you talking like RuneScape magic or?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
I don't know, like Dragon Ball Z magic, because they got the Kamehameha sort of thing.
Yeah, I was thinking more just. I mean, yeah, it could be RuneScape magic. Just even the basics. Like that's the thing is if it was the equivalent of an airstrike level 1 wind spell, right? Like people have access to do it.
That would ruin people. It would ruin people.
Everyone would be killing each other. It would be nonstop slaughter until everyone was dead. No one would ever get to we would have never gotten to the point of constructing society. We would stay cavemen forever when they realized they could do that. So like you'd think, okay, wow, this makes for a lot of opportunity here. No, it doesn't. There's no opportunity because you'd have to develop into some sort of educational system to start looking into magic and then going into the branches of it.
Yeah, it's true.
They wouldn't have got that far.
There's got to be rules, even if the rules don't fully make sense logically. Yeah, because I guess it's magic. There's got to be some sort of like line that we're following. Like, how are we learning magic? Are we, because in RuneScape, obviously, we're like, the guy, right? We're like, actually, we're not the guy. You had a whole thing about this, but like, we're an adventurer. We have the capability to do anything we want type of thing. We're not, we're not like the average level 2 man sitting there. That's like, oh, you're here to kill the castle, crazy or whatever. Yeah. No, that's the Duke. That's the Duke. I'm sure the man also freaks out too if you tell him. I don't remember exactly, but
Hans is the one you tell.
No, Hans. If you tell him like I'm here to kill everyone, he's go, oh no, and then you could he'll do like a little lap around the castle, do like one of those like moonwalks backwards type of thing.
Moonwalks away.
He moonwalks, and then you go and talk to him again. He's like, I wonder how old you are. And he nails it every time, dude.
He kills it. He delivers that line perfectly. Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, like those guys, they don't know magic, but like, are we assuming that because if everyone knows magic and it's like even the level 2 man knows magic, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if that guy knows magic and he's level 2, that's a fully grown man. He's lived 30 something years of his life, of his RuneScape life or whatever. And he's level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't bode well for me. They look like they're in pretty good shape. Right.
Yeah.
Walking around the same 12 tiles, never eating, never sleeping.
Yeah.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe they shouldn't be in good shape. But, that aside,
yeah.
You're not running into that many guys that ice barrage you. So by that same transitive property, wherever you live in real life, you're probably not seeing ice barrages every day.
Right. That'd be a terrifying thing to see, since it's literally called Ancients, because it's not supposed to be here anymore.
Yeah. Imagine some guy cuts you off in traffic and then you freeze his car to the ground.
That would
He's
suck.
not going anywhere.
That would suck a lot.
Suck.
You ever walk around Ardoin and you see a hero? They got like kind of some spin off of a rune armor thing on. All right, listen to this. 54 attack, 55 strength, 54 defense, 82 HP. Mm-hmm. That's their stats.
That's what he has?
And he's a hero.
Wait, 55. So he has base like 55 basically.
Yes. That's a hero to these people. Yeah, to put it in perspective.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
damn.
And he's got one magic.
It's not
also.
common.
No, it's very uncommon.
Oh, again, that guy's a hero, and even the hero does not have magic. So really, I feel like that's supporting the argument of what I'm saying. Is that there's rules.
Just some rules here.
And there's like skill trees. There's invisible skill trees in this game for the NPCs, not for us. We're fine. We do what we want.
Yeah.
That's basically like a Navy SEAL to those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
He's called a hero. That I feel like we, also call, in America, we call the SEALs heroes, right?
Yeah.
That's basically a Navy SEAL right there.
He's a Navy SEAL. Yeah.
And you could safe spot him and kill him in like maybe 10 seconds. So
the Knight of Ardoin, he's got 31 defense, 40 strength, 38 attack, and to become a knight,
he does, bro.
Become a knight, like that's a rigorous thing to do. So it had me thinking, like, did he train his whole life like up to that point to get those stats, or was he born with those stats, or what's going on there? Because that's a big part of that. Like if this guy's trained for years, like 2 decades, 3 decades, and got 38 attack, 40 strength, this world is fucked up, dude. Like that's terrible.
Didn't even try to train ranged. No. I get it with magic. I get it. You don't have the capability. You're not going all the way to the Wizard Guild. That's basically in another country, right? It's like Europe. You got to cross multiple countries to get to Wizarding country. That's cool. I get it. But no ranged. If you're a Knight of Ardoin, you're like, oh, I'm gonna just fucking kill people with a sword. You're not even gonna think, that if I had a bow in my hand, I could fuck that guy up.
Well, if it's taken him that long to train up 38 attack, 40 strength, like I feel like he's probably just kind of locked in, like trying to just tunnel vision those melee stats, because if he diverted and went to range at all, he'd have 20 attack and 20 strength. So it's like maybe it's just a really shitty leveling up world, but it's hard to say. Going back to magic, this one thing that always really baffled me is the this trend of incantations, of needing to say some shit. You gotta
say some shit,
before you cast it. And
Harry Potter like.
Yeah. And it became like a trope that like in these animes that like if you were able to cast something without an incantation, you were basically a god. Like you are insane. And it was just it became a trope. And I was thinking, we cast shit without incantations all the time. We actually used to have to say an incantation to go to Korend, and then they took that away, and now we can just cast it however we feel like the same way.
You're right.
Remember that?
Yeah, we had to sit there like we told the whole world, look, this place is new. I gotta fucking read the book. Yeah. I don't know. I remember how to say the spell. I can make a guy's car stop on the highway with one simple little spell. I don't even got to think about it. I just do it.
Yeah.
But if I want to go to this new country, I don't have the location, dude. I don't have the coordinates yet, even though I've been there multiple times. I got to read this bullshit thing on a book that some guy fucking wrote for me a million years ago. Like, it is embarrassing. You're right.
Yeah. I just remember always being pissed off when I cast it, because I was like, well, now everyone knows where I just went.
Think about how dorky it is, right? Right? I'm gonna give you a scenario. I'm gonna give you this scenario. Yeah. You're sitting there, like, you just want to go to like the baker, right?
Yeah.
Right. You just want to go, you're traveling from Draenor, you go into Falador, right? And it's a long path. It's probably like an hour walk for you, right? But you know what? It's nice out, beautiful sky, right? Kind of like dusk.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. You're walking up, all right? And you're like, I'm going to go get the breast. No, I'm going to go get, and maybe like, after the bread.
That. Yeah.
You go to the party room, but you're like, I'm going to get the best bread I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And then this fucking dork comes up to you, right? And he's a loser. He's sitting there with the mask. He's going, your money, your life, stand and deliver.
Yeah.
Right? This guy's fucked. He doesn't realize it yet. He doesn't even realize it yet because you have the lunar spellbook on.
Yeah.
Right? You sit there. You think red thoughts. You think angry red skull. And immediately you scream, take vengeance!
Yeah.
Right? You look like the biggest fucking loser in the entire world.
Yeah,
that guy's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He hurt you. You hurt him worse.
Yeah.
It bounced off of you.
Yeah.
Right? That guy's dead on the ground. Who looks weirder? The guy that tried to rob you and died immediately? Or you, because you sat there and you screamed like the biggest dork you've ever seen in your entire life?
Yeah, that's true.
Which one's worse?
It like that. Yeah.
Which one is worse?
Do you feel embarrassed like that when you're PKing or something and you cast that and you just have to say it out loud?
Oh, I don't venge PK, dude. No, it scares me.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want people to think I'm a weird ass.
That's like the most demonic spell I can think of, like a reflection spell.
Yeah.
It's like really messed up to cast on someone.
Dude, if I scream, taste vengeance, and this red giant fucking skull goes over my head.
Yeah.
Scary as fuck. You're like, that guy just summoned Hitler, basically.
Yeah, he did.
That guy summoned the darkest of demons possible.
Yeah.
If we're taking like the real world application of that, you're just sitting there looking like a weird dork screaming taste vengeance. From anyone's perspective that sat there and watched it, there's a farm right there by these guys. They're mugging people outside the farm. they're probably sitting there thinking like, oh my God, that guy just had a heart attack after that dork just screamed something. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I don't, maybe I just let myself be robbed, right? Because I don't want to appear like a dork to people at the farm.
You would take losing your wallet, all your GP.
Yeah. Well,
instead of having to look like a dork.
Here's the thing. There's a banking system, right? And it's a magical banking system. So I put all my items in there. If he comes up to me and robs me, and I can say, dude, you can take my pants and see my balls. That's fine. But I have nothing otherwise. Yeah. And I will just grab my money at the bank in, East Ardoin, or I'm sorry, East Falador. I'm not walking that far, right? I got to cross a mountain with some wolves if I want to go that far. Yeah. That reminds me. Do you remember years ago? I don't even know why we did this.
I do remember.
Yes. we did this whole thing, and we didn't. I don't even think it went in video. Maybe it did.
No, it didn't. It never showed up in video. It wasn't even on stream.
Never showed up in video.
Yeah.
Not even on stream. Because people, just wanted to do follow trains back then, right? Yeah. And I don't know how we did it. We just convinced people to just start this follow train with us, and it wasn't like 50 people behind one. It was like everyone does like one behind another, following everyone. We just convinced people to walk from Varrock all the way to like Yanil or something. Like
Castle Wars.
Yeah. And then we would say some shit like, I forgot my purse. And then we would walk all the way back.
All the way to Lumbridge.
And then be like, okay, I got it. And then we walked all the way back again. Yeah. And we got people to do it for hours on end.
It was like a 2-3 hour excursion every time of us just walking people.
We did it multiple times because we thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and we never thought to share that experience with other people.
No, we never did.
It just in video. Yeah, but we just did that.
I don't even think we ever filmed it. I think we just did it. Like I think it was just
funny.
Talk to people in friends chat. Like it was either mine or yours, and we were like, hey, who wants to go on a walk? Or like we're gonna take a walk somewhere, and it was supposed to be like a 10-minute thing, turned into 3 hours. Like
that's what it turned into. I remember we just decided because like one time we were doing something with like your clan chat or mine or whatever. Back when I actually used it. Sorry if anyone goes in there. That's so cool that you do. But like we just did it where like we just decided one day it would be funny if we just started walking. Yeah. And then it turned into this whole thing that we did. I think for like a couple months we did it. Yeah. Like, and like we did it a couple times a week. Yeah. Like it took a real hour of our lives, and we just sat there walking back and forth, and that's all we did. Yeah. We got nothing to show for it, but it was good, dude.
Not a single clip anywhere.
There's a chance at least one person in the comments will know what we're talking about because they were there. But that is something we used to do.
I think about that sometimes, like whenever because I recently I needed some footage for the last video I made with the best place to live. So like there's my friends chat is active as hell because I shout it out sometimes, and like my mods in there are still just like they hold it down, dude. Like it's hardly even my community anymore. They run that shit. And but I've been popping in a lot more frequently, and I needed some footage of like when I was talking about bringing up like the Falador massacre or like Falador riots. Like I could have gone on YouTube and like pulled some clips, but I was like, what if I just have people recreate it? Like just go and make a riot or something. So
I love that.
I was like, hey everyone, I need you guys to start a riot so I can film it in Falador right now. Like just come here, start killing the guards, put cannons down or whatever. Yeah. And they did it. And then I was like, okay, I need to just get a bunch of footage of just a bunch of adventurers together. So I had one person follow, do a big follow train from Falador into Barbarian Village, and I just filmed them on the hill while they were all walking, just to emphasize like the menacing appearance of adventurers. And I literally thought about that time that we used to just take that walk, so many hours just walking down the path through the mountain all the way through Camelot into Ardoin over to Yanil. Like it was so often.
People died sometimes too.
Yeah, dude,
from like the mountain, like level 3s mainly, but like people did die sometimes.
We would stop in the mountain and we'd say like, "Oh man, I'm getting tired. Like we gotta take a break." Yeah,
dude, And there's the whole thing of like scale theory too, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Going from Lumbridge to Varrock. And that's supposed to take like 3 days or something in adventure time.
From Lumbridge to Varrock?
Yeah, it's something like that. Or maybe or it's like from like Falador to Varrock is like a 2 or 3 day trip or something. I think it's like that in like one of the books.
Varrock
right?
to so this is the type of guy you're dealing with, dude. I literally have my notes up right now of like all the betrayal at Falador things that I was looking at. Varrock to Barbarian Village is 2 days. Falador to Taverley is 2 days. Is like that area. So yeah, it's probably.
So if you think about it, what we were doing, because scale theory technically applies to these characters, not to us controlling them, but to these characters.
Yeah.
We made people walk for 2 weeks to travel the globe.
Yeah.
Only to say we forgot our purses, to then go all the way back another 2 weeks, to then say, all right, got it, and then go another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just to say we did it, just to do it. And we got multiple, I'm going to say anywhere from like 50 or 60 adventurers to just do that with us.
For no incentive, no reason, no reward. They just did it. They agreed to do that because it was me and you. And I'm thinking to myself,
people might do that these days, though. You never know.
That's true. But I was thinking, like, all right, let's say that we in real life, we're doing that whole excavations, this big walk to nothing. And
they're called hikes. I think people do them.
Hikes. Yeah, I guess a hike would work. Is there anybody in the entire world that I would choose to just follow for 6 weeks through all these towns and places for no other reason other than to be following them and like go along with them?
You'd follow Forrest Gump. A lot of people did it. A lot of people followed that guy.
Well, so that would be Tom Hanks. Like, it's his character, but like, I don't think I would follow Tom Hanks just to be behind Tom Hanks for 6 weeks, as he doesn't.
Why not?
I mean, that's 6 weeks of my life, dude, and it's treacherous. It could be a treacherous activity. And I don't really know if he's equipped to deal with that.
You're saying that it's going to be harder on him, that you're going to be there. You're going to be the nuisance to him.
I'm not an anchor here. I'm just saying that it's an inconvenient journey that he's choosing to make. And I would have to be willing to follow him just because he said he's going on a walk and he's now going on a 6 to 8 week journey.
Well, technically he's going on a run, because remember, he started running.
Okay, that's Forrest Gump. I'm talking about a real person that I would be willing to follow. Yeah. Tom Hanks is like 70, 80 years old or something now. There's no way.
He's okay. That's dramatic. I'm willing to go 60 here. Tom Hanks' age.
He's 69. He's almost 70.
Oh, he is not looking good in this picture, dude. I gotta say, like, in general, like, he's a pretty decent looking dude. This is not his finest moment, bro.
Oh no, that's definitely not. No,
not his finest moment, dude. I've seen better Tom Hanks.
Yeah, me too.
The photos are getting worse though. Like, this guy is not 30 anymore. You can tell.
Wow. That is how age works, I suppose.
Oh my God, dude. It's just getting worse and worse. He looks like does not want to be there for this image. He does not want to be there in this image. And maybe this is after the 6 weeks of him walking. Not Tom Hanks. I'm going Forrest Gump because, I don't even remember why he started running, but, some guy running all around the country has something to do with like Jenny or something. I guess it always technically does.
Dude. He literally just wanted to run.
So dumb that like he just decides, like, at one point he's like, I'm done now, and he just starts walking home. It's like, Tom, you just pissed off so many fucking people.
Yeah, dude, he literally just stopped dead in his tracks. He did what we did to those people. He literally just stopped and goes, I think I'll go home now, or whatever he says. And everyone's like, okay.
They realized they followed like a false prophet. You know what I mean? Like this guy, they thought this guy's doing this for some good reason. No, dude just had the ability to run, and he just used it. Yeah. He just used that for weeks.
Very confusing part of the movie. Very confusing.
Yeah, no. A lot of people, probably did not get what he was really talking about there. It was actually a euphemism for sex.
For sex, yeah.
Yeah. what it was really about.
It usually does come down to.
Going back to that movie, just for a minute, because I watched that when I was like a kid. When he's like in Vietnam and he's running, and he gets shot. He's like, and he says something bit me. As a kid, I'm like, well, what bit him? Like, that's scary. Yeah. But like what sort of bug did that? And like for like maybe 9 or 10 years, I just did not think about it until again, like I watched the movie one day and I watched him get shot as an adult. I'm like, damn, like this is kind of like, closed off a mystery to me. Yeah. That I hadn't even thought about in years. You ever have that happen? You're like a little disappointed almost. So like, you're like, damn, this is like a sad reality. He just got shot. There wasn't some mystical Vietnamese bug that like bit him.
Yeah.
He just got shot.
Yeah. I realize things like that sometimes. The most recent one, it actually wasn't recent, but I was reminded of it because it just happened to settled. He was like, I just realized that the Slayer symbol is a knife going into a skull. He's like, I thought it was just this white blob that it was inside this whole time. And I thought the exact same thing up until like a year ago. I just didn't look hard enough at it. Like I didn't look at this symbol. And I feel like there's multiple things like that I just don't look closely at. And I just create this mystical thing in my head that I think something is. And I just never question it. And I don't look closely at it because there's no reason to.
It really kills the magic once you realize what it is.
I actually forgot this happened. We were just looking at some new houses. Have you looked at like new builds before? Like brand new houses never been lived in?
Can't say that I have because at least around the area I'm in, that's Scrooge McDuck money. I don't got that sort of shit.
Yeah, like, all the houses I've never in the 1800s and shit.
Yeah. Like I've not had the ability to go and see a new build house. I bet it's amazing.
It's pretty cool. It's just the process of going to see them is pretty intense because so what they do is they set up like in these neighborhoods and there's like the model homes in like a little cul-de-sac usually. And there's like the sales office. So you go into the sales office and then they lead you out. And there's gates to keep you there. Like it's like an amusement park ride. Like they take you through. You go to one house.
I've actually been to one. You're right. You're right. This is like coming back. Yeah, but like it was like $1 million or something. So like, no, my wife and I were like, let's pretend like we can afford this. Just look.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we just like we went to one community. Like we were just looking through, and the houses we just weren't really a big fan of. But the way they set it up is you have to go back through the sales office and then exit. There's no exit during the ride of these model homes. You have to go back in and talk to the people. So we're like, these houses aren't great. Like we don't really care for them. Like we just want to go to the next neighborhood. And so we start walking out and we're like looking for an exit that we could take like maybe early. Cause we don't want to like break it to them. We don't want to break it to the salesperson. Like,
you're wasting your time.
These aren't great. Like we don't really like this. And so we go back into the sales office and I start to just like walk out the way. Like I start going, but the lady was like, how was everything? How'd you like it? I was like, oh yeah.
She saw it too.
It's great. Yeah. Like
she saw you trailing off.
She saw it and she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Come on in real quick. We'll do this. And I was like, okay. And then we have to sit down. She takes down our information. She's showing all these options, these things happening. And I'm just like, these homes fucking suck. I don't want these homes. I'm not moving into any of these. They're clearly struggling to sell these to somebody. So I was like, okay, whatever. But then the next neighborhood we go to, we find like the perfect house. Like we're like, oh my God, we kind of want this thing. Like, let's go talk to the salesperson. Like, let's go see. The salesperson is sitting at the desk in class. She's got a fucking iPad full blast going, listening to some instructor like on Zoom or something. And we're like, hi, ma'am, can we get information on this? And she like looks at us because she didn't fucking hear what we said because this thing is blasting in her ear.
Of course.
And we're just like, the one time we really want to talk to somebody, they're in class, in the middle of class right now. And so we eventually like, relay to them, we'd like to learn more about this house. She starts looking it up and everything. And she starts telling us like, oh yeah, this model is like really popular. Like this one was just sold. She's like, and this is like, there's a fucking giant empty lot of homes yet to be built, by the way, like dozens and dozens of empty lots that these guys are eventually going to be building in. And there's like 4 model homes. So we're like, okay, well, when's the next one being built? Like how many months until the next one? She's like, well, let me look at this. Like, I don't really know. I'm not really sure. Like they're so popular. Like they're so desired. And I'm like, okay, so you're struggling to find out about the next time that this house is going to be built. It's so popular that you're not going to build any more of them. Like this is the last one. And she just, it's impossible, dude. It's house hunting, house looking at is an impossible task that will never be solved by anybody. There's a reason that everyone makes a career out of being a fucking real estate agent to deal with shit like that. I hate it.
The popular ones, shit like that, like they act like you're bothering them, even though you're a prospective buyer. When a house isn't popular, they're sitting there and they're like, here's my information, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And they're really talking to you about it. And they're like, the owner wants to move fast. Like we can get you in whenever, blah, blah, blah. And, whenever that's happening, you're like, no one's buying this house, are they? Yeah, no one wants this, including me.
Yeah.
Right. For houses like I would walk through, I'd be like, damn, this looked okay online, but like in person, like this really sucks. I didn't want them to bother me after. I thought I came up with like the perfect solution of you just put fake information and they'll never be able to access you. And I did that for a little bit whenever I didn't like a house.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got to the point where I'm like, why don't I just tell them I'm not fucking interested? Why do I have to build this elaborate lie? Like
they just keep getting like these emails back saying like the email couldn't be forwarded to this recipient because there's an error. Like, like what the fuck?
And like what? I gotta go look again. Maybe he typed it wrong. Maybe I put it in wrong. Yeah, dude. But like I just realized eventually like. You can just tell them you're not fucking interested, and they're adults. They'll handle it. If they can't handle it,
they'll forget it.
You'll never see them again in your life. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah,
like it's entirely fine.
Yeah. Speaking of remembering you, also, I forgot to bring this up at the start. It didn't occur to me that people didn't know what you look like.
Oh, on the last one, right? Yeah. On the last, not a podcast because this isn't.
Because it's not. Yeah. I didn't realize that it had been 5 years since me and Nine Rain had you on our little video podcast. And so people didn't know what your face was. Like it had been 5 years, dude.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. I show myself in some ads sometimes. It's very like, here and there. I had a mattress ad and I showed myself in that. Because they're like, I can't just like have my RuneScape guy laying on the bed. No one's gonna believe that guy.
Yeah.
But like, side note too. I'm not gonna even talk about that. But it is a very comfortable mattress. Side note, it was. I did like it.
Nice.
Like, I'm not gonna do like lay on a bed of bricks and be like, one of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do show myself. Point being, it's very here and there, and I am going to be doing this like on a main channel video too, coming up kind of soon. This I'm sure will be before that, right? But this is like one of those things where it's like I think I might show myself a little more often, just because it's like that's if people even like it, because obviously this is like a it's a not podcast on a second channel, whatever. Maybe it becomes even less of a podcast somewhere else eventually. We don't know. It's never going to be a podcast. Let's get that out of the way. It's not going to be. Yeah. But this is kind of expected. You're like, oh, face cam and you're just talking, right? Whatever, cool. But for the other thing, it's like this video I've worked on for like the past like multiple months.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm building it up in my head that like, and maybe this isn't going to be the reality, but I'm building it up in my head that like people are going to fucking hate this so much that they're going to like all be like, why the fuck would I ever want to see this guy again for the rest of my fucking life? Like they see this face cam video from me and they're like, this guy does not fucking know what he's doing. This guy's a jackass. He's a douche. I hate him.
Do you still feel like that after seeing people's comments in the last video?
Maybe a little less so.
Yeah. You got some positive reception.
Some people are like, I just, the voice doesn't match the face. When's the last time you looked at someone that you've heard their voice for a while and they're like, that lines up?
Very rare. Yeah.
It's a very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, again, this is going to be like a main channel thing where people are just looking at me for a little bit. I don't know how it's going to go, but, you and I have obviously talked about me doing something like this for probably 3 years, if not more. You've convinced me slowly to do a bunch of different things, but it's like, you're just the first person in the row of people that need to all be doing the same thing for me to be like, yes, you're right, you're correct, type of thing. I have this issue in my brain where I'm very stubborn with the way I go about doing certain things. I will adapt. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to take me some convincing. I don't know why. It just takes me a minute to get on board with things. And that's always like pissed you off about
that's true.
Our relationship. The amount of times you've said like, dude, I've been trying to convince you of this for years.
Yeah, and you're a stubborn guy.
Yeah. Well, in certain aspects, like, these days I feel as though I'm a lot better with like, oh, this can improve, this thing. Yeah, let me do that type of thing.
Dude, are you in an earthquake right now?
I'm shaking the desk, dude. I'm sorry. Dude, like, that's what I tried not to do last time.
I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me.
Here's the thing. If my main channel video does well, I'm going to get an actual camera. So it's not just this fucking poop ass cam. That kind of like leads into like the next thing that I've still been stubborn on. And I know that you've called me out on this multiple times. I don't play other games other than like RuneScape and like maybe like Valorant or like CS or something. Like when you got us all into CS, dude, like I remember waking up like at like 1 a.m. because I just could not sleep and like going on. It was like years ago, going on and being like, oh my God, you guys are still on. Thank you. But you guys were in a 5-stack. And I was like, please, someone screen share, please. Like, I wanted so desperately to get in. And I was like, please, like, is someone getting off after this? Like maybe I can get in or something.
Yeah.
One night we played till like 5 a.m. and my wife comes in and she just looks so disappointed, dude. She just looks like, oh my God. Like what?
Yeah. You used to have a lot of those nights. I feel like when we were into CS, like heavily into CS.
It takes me a lot to really want to play a new game. Whenever I want to have fun, I either come up with something fun to do in RuneScape, and just do that because that's basically what my videos are. It's because I want to do whatever that thing is, and like I have fun doing that. Either that or I just misery queue on like Valorant or something.
Misery queue, yeah.
And then you have
normally
like
turns into.
Yeah, then you have a bunch of like freaking like 17-year-old kids sitting there like, Phoenix, why did you flash me? And by the time I come around to maybe I'll play that game, no one's playing that game anymore, dude. Like it took me, I would say it took me 8 months to buy a Switch 2 because I really wanted there to be like a new Mario game on it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I finally bought it, and it's like the thing that convinced me to buy it was Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't know if you've played that. I don't know how much. I don't even think you have a Switch 2, huh?
No,
probably not.
I will not get one.
You have a PlayStation 5.
Yes,
because you play your gacha games.
Sometimes, or some sports games.
Yeah, sports games.
Yeah, sometimes.
You're a sports games guy.
Just NHL. Just NHL.
Yeah,
it's basically, and sometimes 2K with basketball.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Yeah, I can see him, dude. I love playing those games. Those were great. The first 2 hours I sat there playing Donkey Kong, I'm like, this feels like a job. I fucking hate this. Like, I don't want to do this shit. Right. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I feel as though I am wasting my life away playing something that's not fun.
Yeah.
Right. And then like the next day I decided to get on because it's like I really wanted to give it a chance. And then I ended up loving it. But like, yeah, and it's a great game overall. But for some reason, unless it's like a thing I already like it really does take my brain a minute to like adapt. That's got to be like some like weird leftover caveman thing, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and someone had just asked me, like, when I was looking through like old questions when I was making my little Xbox Live mic video the other day, and someone asked the question about just, they're like, how do I get through my disease of opening up a game and then immediately closing it and not playing it? And it was, my answer was essentially like, man, maybe you just don't really want to play that bad right now. Like maybe you just have to go do something else for a little bit. Cause I've been there so many times where I open up a game and I've been looking forward to playing it. Like I had a big motivation to play it at some point. But when I see the title screen, I start thinking to myself, wow, I have no idea what this time investment's about to be. I have other shit I need to do. I was already having fun on a different game. I don't really know if I want to do this. And I just close it. I've done that so many times. And it's so hard to like break that loop and finally find like that motivation to go start and play a new game. So when you're like also fighting with the fact that you don't like playing new games that much in the first place, trying to get you to play games has been a nightmare. Yeah. I've wanted you to play so many games over the years, but it was CS and Valorant that we were actually able to get you to play. And now you still play Valorant. I still see you play Valorant all the time.
Look, I'm willing to do it. Like I'm always willing to try. I guess maybe this is a little too like content brain, but like if it's like, oh, let's do this and I'm going to make a video on it, I'm like, well, fuck it. That'd be fun. I got this urge to play Among Us, right? And like, obviously no one else wants to play it. So there's like these public lobbies. I'm like, screw it, whatever. So like I go into a public lobby and I wait for the game to start. If I'm not imposter, I immediately hit the emergency exit, emergency thing. And then I say, guys, I pick a color that looks infuriating to me at the time. I say, I just saw him vent. I just immediately make the entire lobby turn on one guy. And I'm like, dude, I promise this is the imposter. You can vote me now and then vote him after. And like, I want to say about like 60% of the time, they just end up voting that guy out. And I'm like, oh my God.
When was the last time you played that game?
I don't know. It's probably been like 4 or 5 months. But like, I'll go on once every 6 months when I think about it.
Just to fuck with people like that?
I suppose so, yeah. And like, I'm maybe there for 6 minutes, and then I'm off that game after.
I didn't realize that you did that.
I basically just rag the lobby and get off.
Dude, that's crazy.
Maybe they should ban my account, and I don't think I would blame them.
That's crazy. I didn't know you still like
doing it.
I mean, I know you said it's been like 4 to 5 months, but I was expecting it to be, this would be like 3-4 years ago. Like I didn't realize that you stistill sometimes pencil this into your schedule and like,
no, dude, it's like one of those things. It's like you're sitting there. It's like, like 1 a.m. or something. And like, you're looking at like your desktop monitor, you kind of just like glazed over, like looking at it. Right. And then you're just looking at the different icons on your screen. Every now and then, it's kind of like Among Us is wearing a 2-piece saying, click me. So then I do it.
Wow.
I don't think, unless people are going to want to play, I don't think I'm going to be tempted by it again, because it's like, it's just not that sexy of a game anymore. You know what I mean? It just isn't.
What a great feedback for the devs. Just, why haven't you logged on? Like a little survey goes out. Just not sexy enough for me.
Not sexy. I'm not talking in that way. I'm talking like, like where's the appeal type of thing. Like you're not getting me, and you're not saying like, oh, new boob slather on the Among Us agent.
Yeah.
Like, because then maybe I'm in.
That would be crazy. That'd pop off like crazy.
That would pop off like crazy. If they're listening, they should take notes.
Did you ever see they should. Did you ever see the Pal World April Fool's joke with the sex visual novel that they put as like a coming soon on Steam?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, that is so funny. They literally were having like showed like screenshots. Yeah. Yeah, and they had like all these like
you date the pals or whatever.
yeah. They're saying some real like ooh woo shit to you and stuff. That was so funny. I actually thought it was real at first, like when I first got linked it.
I actually literally thought that was real.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even clock that until you just said right now. I still have never played that game, and I feel like it's too late. Again, one of those things. I like Nintendo games, right? I've liked Nintendo games for a long time. And one of my favorite games for the longest time was like Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah.
These days, anyone with a brain knows that while the Pokemon games can be fun, in fact, I bought the new one, the Legends whatever. I bought it because Legends Arceus was phenomenal, and I'm guessing this has something similar to it. I haven't even opened it yet. It is. I've had this game for multiple months, and I have not even opened it yet. You know, but again, part of me is like, it just wants to like Pokemon and wants to, you know, go back to like how fun it was to play like those first few games. Not going to happen. I need to stop lying to myself, but maybe not yet. Point being, when I saw Pal World come along, I was like, I'm not even going to fucking touch that game.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be sued into the fucking ground by Nintendo. You know, and you know, like there's some stuff that was stolen or whatever. I'm not even going to touch it, dude, because like Nintendo is going to fucking ruin these guys. And then this game is going to be removed from Steam or wherever the fuck it was. I'm not touching it, dude. And also, you know what? They are copying Pokemon. I don't care who knows it. And then like it was like 8 months or whatever. And then they finally got sued. It took Nintendo's legal department 8 months to be like, well, that boob kind of looks like Pikachu, so let's go after him. Type of thing. It was like something very specific.
They did the mechanic, like they patented some mechanic of like, I don't remember. It had something to do with the Pokeballs, like of throwing it or like unleashing a character from it. They did something, and so it was
something like that, right?
Yeah. But I mean, they're fine.
They made millions. They made fucking multi-millions.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it kind of leaves me sitting here thinking like, you know, what, years later after this game is dead and gone, damn, maybe I should have played Pal World and shot some Pokemon and picked them up.
Just played Pal World on New Year's Eve. Like that was the game we played on the stream. Yeah, I mean it's still fun. It's like
I still have never played it. It's one of those things. Maybe one day I'll play it, but again, I feel as though the issue is the hype has already come and gone. Part of like the fun of something is when everyone's talking about that thing too. You know what I mean? That's like, you know,
but
like
that usually doesn't even convince you though. Like you don't.
I know. No,
I know.
Don't ever
follow hype. So what?
Well, okay. Here's where I was going with it. Whenever like Leagues comes around, like I remember like the one, you know, like Gridlock League, or I'm sorry, Trailblazer League. I didn't mean to do that. I literally forgot the name of it. But like I remember like the servers were down, and I was so upset that I couldn't get back in that I was like messaging JMods like please, you have to fix this. Like I'm so addicted, please.
Yeah.
I feel as though these days, if that shit goes down, I'm like, I'm gonna go fucking outside for a walk. I'll be back maybe in an hour. So I feel as though if you don't cash in on the hype of something in the moment, it's not as fun. And I know that's the stupidest way of fucking looking at it. I know it is.
Yeah, it is.
I feel as though that's kind of my mindset, whether I like it or not, about like games or something.
Yeah, you're the reason that marketing people have jobs. Like you're the sole audience. Like if there's no hype or anything, like no excitement about everyone getting to talk about it, then they don't get you. Which is crazy.
And, well, here's the thing. I went to school for marketing as well. So maybe that's part of it. Because I do realize like a lot of shit is just fucking marketing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is. And like I have this thing where I'm like, I'm not going to fall for marketing. And I normally don't, but obviously sometimes I do.
Yeah.
No, you can't live in a consumerist place, you know, society, and not fall for marketing, dude. They make some Oreo and Reese's combination. You're like, I'm going to go eat fucking 5.
Yeah, you especially. Yeah, you love those things.
Me especially. Yeah. Oreos, yeah. Although it's been a minute since I've had them, because if I just keep eating them, I'll not stop. And you don't want to do that. I do like when the new flavors come out, dude. You're right.
Yeah, you used to have. I remember last time you were on camera, me and Nine Rain, dude. It was like you brought out like 60
my god, it was like
those things.
This many. Yeah.
Okay, sometimes. So we haven't talked about this, so I want to talk about it because you are involved in literally all versions of this with DEADMAN mode. Because DEADMAN mode Annihilation is still going on, right? Still happening?
As of right now. Yeah.
So there's DEADMAN mode, factions, Annihilation, and All Stars. And factions just happened, and I didn't partake because I had 2 deadlines. I was so busy. We were just getting back from Jagex. I had no idea what it was. So I was like, I can't do it. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was like the busiest day ever for me when it was happening. But I was trying to like watch in the background. And then after the day was over, I went back and like watched some perspectives. And I feel like it was a good idea on paper. I think like the ending part was cool. Well, Walnut, I'll say this, Walnut was the most entertaining part of that whole thing for me. Getting to the final battle with everybody and having PK Skull prevention on was amazing. Yeah. That was the coolest thing of the whole tournament. That made it all worth it. That was good of him. That was very good of him. But I feel like there was a lot, there's a lot there that could happen with like big teams like that. I guess 3 hours is tough. 3 hours for that is like really, really tough to make something like nice. like it was a cool idea.
Well, I guess I would ask you first, do you feel as though you were the target audience?
I feel like everyone was supposed to be the target audience based on like all the creators. I feel like they had Tyler One. They had all these guys who didn't really play RuneScape. Like it was supposed to get everyone's audience on the game watching this thing happen.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess from that standpoint, criticizing it is you know, like from that, I guess it's fair enough. Playing it, because obviously I played in it, so I'm not going to be able to have the perspective from a viewer. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time, and I'm not normally the type of guy to be like, you know, I don't play every DEADMAN mode, right? Like this year I will be, you know, kind of like you're saying, I've involved myself in all 3, but I'm normally not the guy that is that interested in DEADMAN mode. From like an audience perspective, I don't think it's like a problem to try, you know, doing stuff like that. And like I think that there is going to be something there, but maybe it needs like a little bit of a modification, like for the viewer experience, you know, from, if that's what you're saying, like viewer friendly. Because I think like the idea of breaches are really fun. I feel like it would be cool if you have all the like, you know, for something like DEADMAN factions, you take that same thing, you make a new map, right? You know, specifically for this event. And I know it's so much work, and I'm not saying this is like an idea that should be done lightly, but something like that where it's like, and it could be used in leagues and stuff. Let people explore this new place. I feel as though that is the thing that would be really exciting. I guess more so for like for leagues and factions, because kind of like you were saying again, the whole point was to draw in everyone from every audience. You shouldn't switch up the map for something like that, but like I think the idea of like experimenting and like creating like a new hub and like a new world, and like even if it's like a new section of the world, and it's like, you know, something like the Zayalocked League where you know like everyone really got to learn about that place. Something like that is like a cool idea.
The fact that 200, I don't know how many, but it was like 160 or something.
Yeah. Something like that.
Like that amount of people taking part in it is awesome. Like, you know, I'm not like talking down on the event or anything. I'm just talking from like an objective standpoint, entertainment value from audience perspective. It did reach the potential I think an event like that could have. I don't think there was enough talk about it afterwards, and especially before. Yeah. Which, I mean, they did a lot of marketing, I guess, but it's tough to reach everyone's audience and everything. But
I think it's also the DEADMAN label too.
I think so too.
I think it needs to be called something else, because that's like, yes, it's DEADMAN, but it's also kind of not in a way.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You know,
DEADMAN, I feel like it's not they might have to like, especially for like DEADMAN All Stars, because DEADMAN All Stars doesn't feel like we're watching DEADMAN mode. Like when they have the final, like, you know, 5v5 in the arena and stuff like that. It's not DEADMAN mode in my eyes, but I get why they call it that, obviously, because it's the same system being pushed through.
I think this would be something as simple as like just like a title change or whatever. But like from the outside looking in, if you were to just see, oh, there is, you know, DEADMAN factions and then DEADMAN Annihilation, the word basically doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Because it's
they
like
just needed a title thing. Yeah,
I want to see what the last one was. I don't even think I could remember it. Here, this will be, you know, for you to remember. Right?
Okay, for me.
I am willing to give you 3 chances to guess any of the previous DEADMAN seasons, what they were called.
Okay. Ooh.
You have to get one right. It's not easy.
I might say it's impossible for me.
I'm sitting here. I'm looking at this. I took part in 2 of them, and I did not remember the last one. I did not remember this title.
I feel like once I
played
see it / hear it, like I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. But
it's not unique enough to just say, oh, DEADMAN mode blank. Like you're just adding some sort of alliteration to it to make it obvious that it's new. But to me, it's like, why not just try to go in a different direction instead of calling it DEADMAN? Make it just something, call it something new. Try something new with it.
You know how they can market this really well? If they called it, like, if they want to stick with DEADMAN mode, all right, call it something like DEADMAN mode ass pummeler. And like watch that shit skyrocket by itself. Like people are like, dude, you tuning into AP? DMM AP, like
DEADMAN mode AP,
like calling it something ridiculous is the only hope that they have to make this like actually circulate. Because DEADMAN mode by itself, like you were saying, it does have almost like a, I won't say negative connotation, but I feel like enough people.
Negative. It's negative, all right.
You think it's like completely negative?
With the right audience, people love it. Yeah. But like, you know, like you go on Reddit. Everyone fucking hates DEADMAN mode, bro. They fucking hate it. If it was called Ass Pummeler, they might like it.
Yeah, they hate everything, though. Those guys hate
Well, yeah, that's
everything.
true. They also think PvP should be entirely removed.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think that's necessarily the answer. But
no.
That being said, dude, you gotta sit here and tell me tell me one of the, let me see, 1, 2, 3 of the 3 previous seasons. Annihilation's the newest one. That should give you a hint as to how they're thinking. These are vague terms.
Mode. Gang bang.
No
gang bang?
No, you know, that's the idea is there for one of them, sure. In fact, for 2 of them, I would say a gang bang could be a way you describe it.
Like a synonym? It'd be like a synonym for it?
In a in the loosest sense, yes.
Nice, dude. I like that word to describe that.
Yes.
DEADMAN mode.
You have
Can
2
I get
more
a first
chances.
letter, dude? Can I get a first letter?
All right, so this is one of 3. I'm going to choose at random.
Yeah, that's fine.
In fact, this is probably the harder one.
Okay.
R. Retribution. That's such a good guess, but it's actually horribly off. It's nowhere close, dude. That would be the perfect. That's probably going to be the next season. That's how fucking meaningless these words are, dude.
Ravager, rectify.
All right, almost rectify.
Almost rectify.
Almost in a way.
Reaper.
Okay, come on. Okay. This is a big hint. A phoenix rises from the ashes.
Phoenix rises from the ashes. Revive.
It's reborn. Reborn. Right.
DEADMAN Reborn.
You're not. I'm willing to give them DEADMAN Reborn. Right.
Okay.
Because it's like they're like DEADMAN's coming back and we're rebranding it. I'm like, you know what? I get where you're coming from. You're rebranding it. I'm willing to give them that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's the first of the 3 that we've not discussed. The next 2, you just need to hit on either one of them. It starts with an A.
An A.
Both of them start with an A.
It's not ass pummel. We know that for a fact.
It's not ass pummel.
That's my suggestion.
But you know what? This one does has, one of them is AP.
Is it aggressive? Oh, it is AP.
AP. Yeah. So both of these are very aggressive terms, I would say. Yes.
Oh, okay. AP. Really?
AP. Maybe that doesn't even help you. Maybe that's, because you're like, what letters, starts with AP?
Apple.
Yeah. DEADMAN apples. Deadman Aphrodite.
Appraisal. Apologies. Deadman mode apologies would be sick. That'd be a cool.
Yeah.
No
can't
apologies.
attack anyone.
Yeah.
Can't
no
attack
apologies.
anyone in it. No apologies. Okay.
Apricot. Not
end of the world. Both of these are like end of the world.
Apocalypse.
There
okay.
you go. All right. So that's another one of them. And then the other one, also end of the world. This is what would happen.
Cataclysm.
That would cause the. No, but like it's like that, like the same sort of thing.
Catastrophe.
You know what? Like
catastrophic dead man.
No. Again, it starts with an A. Remember, it starts with an A.
They both start with an A.
They both start with an A. Yeah.
And it's also end of the world, apocalypse.
End of the world, apocalypse. So this happens, and then the apocalypse occurs. This event would lead to the apocalypse.
It would lead to the apocalypse.
All right, I'm going to give you here. This is part of the word.
Armageddon.
There you go.
Got it.
In 10 minutes, when we're eventually talking about something else, you're going to remember any of these three?
Well, if you ask me to, I will. But if you don't mention it, then I won't.
If I didn't mention it, you would not remember it.
Tomorrow,
that's the point.
No, they're gone, dude. Tomorrow for sure.
They're gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're fucking gone tomorrow. We're making a whole point of this. I'm making a whole point of this. No one's gonna fucking remember this once this video is off.
Yeah.
No one's like these are the most nonsense, meaningless fucking words ever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Deadman Annihilation, Deadman Armageddon, Apocalypse. I'm not gonna fucking be like, oh, dude, I loved Deadman Armageddon so much. Like, it was almost as good as Deadman Apocalypse, bro.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember what happened. Deadman Mode, when did this even come out, dude? Deadman Mode, I think it was released on October 29th, 2015. That's been 11 years of Deadman Mode.
Oh my God, dude.
Eventually, I feel as though it's worth trying to switch stuff up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because what was the original, like, do you remember what the original Deadman mode was like? Like,
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. How similar was it to this? Like, how similar was it?
It's night and day, dude. Here's the thing. You would lose your stats. You could protect, like, I think 3 stats or something like that.
I remember that, yeah.
So, and that's if you just died. Some guy could come along and just fucking kill you, and you just lose all your fucking stats, right? And then it was, if you were skulled...
Yeah.
And you know, you got killed, you lost even fucking more stats, dude. Like, it was brutal. And because it was new, you would lose 28 items in your bank. Like, it was like the most brutal thing, dude. And everyone just kept fucking dying, being like, fuck, quitting. And then they fucking got back on an hour later and just kept playing, dude.
That's
and like,
bizarre,
you know what?
Dude.
It was really fun. I would never if they brought that back, I would fucking consider quitting the game. That's how bad that one was.
Yeah.
Literally in RuneScape 3, they had it for like maybe like a year. I don't remember what it was called. The RuneScape 3 version of Deadman mode seems so much more fun.
Oh yeah, and
it was basically old school mechanics
or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things I'm sad I never got to play it.
Yeah.
Because Darkscape seemed so much fucking fun. You could make a lot of money in the high risk area of the wilderness, right? And you could bank, right? But if you then went to Lumbridge, that's like a low risk area. Like that and like Varrock were low risk areas. It's a different bank entirely. So if you wanted to access the high risk area, you had to smuggle it out from the high risk all the way to the low risk. And the low risk is obviously like where like all the trading got done.
Yeah.
Right. Like the Grand Exchange and everything. That shit was such a cool, simple little
like
twist on it.
It's like an extraction shooter, dude. It's like Tarkov. That's funny.
Something like an extraction shooter, I think, like an extraction shooter minigame in RuneScape. I think that could be really cool, dude. Like,
yeah, they got to get that old mindset going, dude. Like,
they're too busy making fuck my slug life.
Dude, why have they not made that yet? I thought they were gonna make it. That's weird. I talk about this with Flutton sometimes because we always remember, like, when Battle Royale started taking off, RuneScape was one of the first games. Old School was one of the first games to pick up a Battle Royale because that's what LMS was at the start. Like, it was straight up start with nothing, like go loot things at the very beginning. Like, it was
that shit
battle
sucked.
royale.
It was fun for a minute, but that shit sucked.
Yeah, it sucked. It didn't teach anyone anything. It was a entirely different thing back then.
Dude, actually, no. That taught me how to prayer flick, that mini game.
Really?
I know how to prayer flick very well because of that mini game. I do it in the Coliseum now. I'll prayer flick my piety. And then I'll go to the fucking, like the mana core, which I don't know if you know what that is. It has like 3 different attacks, goes range, mage, melee type of thing. I'll sit there and I'll flick between piety and then those 3 and then go back to piety and not lose prayer, specifically because of LMS when it first came out, because that's how you had to do it. You had to do shit like that and smite flick and then fucking do all that. And because prayer pots were a thing, it wasn't unlimited prayer. It was like a crazy fucking thing. So that mini game was the best mini game to teach me how to be better at RuneScape that I hope never comes back into the game
again. Yeah. I just remember that happening. I'm like, dude, they capitalized on that so hard when it first came out. And I guess I don't really know. I think extraction shooters, they're still happening. I think that what's that Arc Raiders? That was like a new extraction shooter sort of thing that blew up.
Helldivers, I think too, maybe.
No, Helldivers. Well, yeah, I guess that would be technically. Yeah.
Yeah. That shows you how fucking far out of the shit I am, dude. Like, I think it's like one of the most popular things going on right now, and I'm like, maybe that's something. I don't know.
Well, Helldivers isn't like Helldivers 2, I guess, is the one that went crazy, but I haven't heard much about that game in a while. But I mean, yeah, like extraction shooters and extraction games in general, I feel like there's definitely something there for old school. And I mean, I feel like there's something there for a lot of stuff with old school, because I don't remember if I even talked about this in the video. I think I had rambled on too much about it in my little movie theater video I did recently, but just the idea of like true castle wars in like so let's say like the factions, like if you did DEADMAN mode factions or whatever, but rather than like you're all fucking going to one area and, don't go in the fog and you're all fighting here. Like, imagine if you did that, but it was at castles instead. Like, you had to, like, overtake castles in the game. Like, Varrock Castle, Falador Castle,
Lumbridge. Yeah, like, take cities, dude. Yeah. Like, you had that whole thing. The whole idea that you discussed. Yeah, dude. Like, that is such a sick idea. Honestly, something like that for factions, I feel like could be so much cooler. It's like, you have like the Ardoin faction, you have the Varrock faction, or it's like Mistlin or whatever, because there's like different things, dude.
Trying to turn the map your color, like you're trying to paint the map blue
I think that
or
would be
yellow or whatever.
So sick.
Imagine they figure out how to like, take that ballista in Castle Wars and put it as something that you can build like with your team at your castle. And so you have people like at the front gates battling, and then you have people on the castle like shooting that ballista out like to like defend it. That'd be so cool, dude. I feel like there's so much there. Not that fucking knight
from Ardoin, bro. The one range. That dude is not manning that shit.
Not that guy. Anyone but that guy.
You could even have NPCs helping you as well.
Dude,
it could be like that. Like, I think something like that honestly could be cool. There really is so much that we can do, Jagex can do with RuneScape. There's still so much, like imagination for game modes.
Yeah,
maybe you should freaking do this, dude. Maybe you and I fucking maybe you and I, we go to Jagex. Now I'm gonna piggyback off your idea now. Like we create like this like game mode, right? Of like something factions like where you get a bunch of different people, and the whole idea is to do like this castle versus castle sort of thing, right? And you have people in these different factions or whatever you want to call them, villages, towns, cities, sections of the map, and you see who wins. It's kind of like a Civ. It's kind of like Civ in a way, right?
Yeah.
I guess it would be Civ.
That was the biggest thing that I was trying to emphasize when I had pitched it, like at the little game jam thing that we did. Of like, this could be. So there's a game called Foxhole, which is essentially. It's one of the coolest ideas. It doesn't have the biggest appeal because of just the mechanics of it. But I always like dreamed of a game like this as a kid, where a server would go online and 2 factions would just be having a constant war 24/7, no stopping. Like they're fighting each other, trying to take over the map. And that's what this game is. but it's not just people fighting at the front lines. Everyone has to work together because there's like actual logistics of it. Like there's actual people getting resources, driving certain like ammunition, all that stuff to the front lines and trucks and making the way back and all this. And it got me thinking of an idea to, you know, have that sort of system going with a Castle Wars game mode, like where you're actually going to different regions of the game with your team, trying to overtake, you know, two teams, two factions, trying to take all the castles in the game. And you've got the PvPers on the front lines, and then you got the skillers and people trying to just like get the dopamine of skilling on the back end of things, supplying the fucking front lines and like maintaining base materials and all this stuff.
Yes.
And so you're finally getting a game mode that both appeals to PvPers and people that don't give a shit about PvP and don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Like honestly, I think it's a sick idea. I do think something like that.
There's something
could be
there.
Cool. Yeah, it is. And it can literally start as simple as like, you know, something like a factions event where you get creators in on it type of thing. Yeah. And then if there's something to it, then it could be maybe expanded upon to like an actual like game mode type of thing. Something like that could be really cool though. I do think that.
Yeah.
Again, like I do like the idea of like an extraction shooter of like PvP where it's like, you know, you go in, you risk nothing. You know, this is a separate thing, you know, from what you're saying, but like, you know, the idea, like you go in, you risk nothing. You can get some loot from this place. Maybe it's like $1 million an hour or something. I don't know. Maybe there's like some uniques that you can get, and you can either choose to tank and try to escape, and then the worst thing you lose is your time, but you don't lose anything. Yeah. Or, you know, you get like a good, you know, amount of loot, and you know you could PK and you can get like a bunch. And it's like maybe as a PKer you can make like a couple million an hour or whatever. But there was like again a J mod that kind of I think had that idea that was like kind of discussing that with me a little bit at this, you know, thing that you were talking about. And you know, admittedly I don't remember the J mod's name. I remember the person. I don't remember the J mod's name because again, this whole thing I'm not good with remembering names.
They got wacky names over there, man.
They got wacky names.
I had to ask someone else who mod Rice, like what his name was, because I've been talking to him for 2 days straight and he never said his name. He didn't have like mod Rice or anything. And I was like, I don't remember which one that is. And I had to ask someone else.
Dude. He's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so
a cool dude.
He's so cool. Dude, speaking of awesome J mods, mod Jed Case, that was cool to read through.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Really cool, dude. That was awesome. I actually didn't hear about this until I saw like some clips channel like taken. I don't know where it was probably from like a Critical live stream, but Critical talked about it for a second. So I was like, oh damn, I didn't know they released that. And I was started looking through that document of mod Jed's court case. What was the number? It was like 536,000 pounds or something that he made off of like.
It was from like hacking, right?
Yeah, from like hacking people's accounts, like literally just going into accounts and taking their money and stuff.
And the crazy thing is, no one believed the people too at first.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound ridiculous. It does sound ridiculous, but yeah, dude, it's crazy. They basically decided that they were going to treat, in this case, old school gold as if it was, you know, personal property because, you know, but they ran into so many obstacles during the case of like, they got down to every layer of everything when it came to basically analyzing old school currency and how much it translates into real life, comparing it to like cryptocurrency and comparing it to actual physical money and like what can create gold, because it's infinite. There's an infinite supply of gold technically. So it was super interesting hearing about like the analysis of what they're going, like whose property is gold really? Is it the players or is it Jagex?
Jagex and their TOS technically has it, so it's like it's their property. Like everything in the game is their IP.
Yeah, I think that's what they did decide, because at the very bottom they were citing all of Jagex's like terms and conditions, and so I think that's how they won. Jagex was able to say it's our property, he stole it from us, and you know, but even then it's like it's so blurry. It's like so many different areas that could be argued, like infinitely argued, like what is real currency versus not.
Yeah, I think that would be the the legal way, or like the best like legal. I mean, I'm not a fucking lawyer, so what do I know? But like the best legal route was, because they've always maintained that everything that happens in RuneScape is their intellectual property. And all the accounts, when you create your RuneScape account, you just created their account, so they're basically arguing by saying every single account that was hacked, he stole that as if it was currency from us.
Yeah.
So that's how they were able to get away with it. That's the little bit of what I remember hearing about it.
Yeah,
and that's
so
the thing that
weird
makes
to
sense.
think about, though. Like, it's so weird because, I mean, technically, I don't know the actual like physical possibility of this, like with how, I don't know how Jagex mod accounts work or whatever, but I'm assuming that if a Jmod wanted to, they could go onto a live server on a Jmod account and spawn in max cash in their inventory. I'm assuming that they have that power to make like real GP appear out of nowhere. So it was like talking about the concept of like infinite money and whether or not you could just keep generating it. Like, okay, if you have infinite GP as Jagex, like, why does this amount matter? Like, why is this different from the GP you could just spawn in?
I bet one of the J mods, because there's specifically two that I know about.
Yeah.
One's Jed. I think the other one. I bet he's looking at this whole thing thinking, holy shit, did I avoid a fucking nuke?
Which one?
It was Mod Reach. I don't know the lines of what is known and what is not known. And maybe I don't even fully have the correct information. So I'm not going to sit here and speculate. But, all I remember is there was it wasn't hacking, but it was basically something of what you're saying. So, some sort of something. Again, I'm not going to reach into that speculation zone, but there was like a corp bug or something. If you did something a certain way, you would always get an Elysian Spirit Shield. After that, I think that they made it so you can't sit there and just spawn in gold anymore. And those like J mods can't interact with normal accounts anymore in a way of like giving them stuff, if I remember correctly. But what do I know, dude? Again, this has been many years since all of that, so who knows? But I would imagine that, especially with like the Jed case, that they have put in much tighter controls over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. After that, yeah, for sure. I think I was just
you got to imagine.
I was just wondering. I guess it's probably. I think from what I read in the court case, he didn't have access to one of those Jmod accounts that can go in with like the rotten potato or whatever. To do that. So that's why he was resorting to going into actual accounts and shit. Otherwise, I feel like he would have just like figured out a way to spawn things just to like do that.
Yeah, because you're not going to sit there and hack all these different people if you're just spawning the money. Because clearly he was trying to do something like that. But that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, I guess.
Good guy overall, though, aside from that.
Yeah, he meant well. Meant well for everyone.
He meant so well, dude.
A genuine guy, yeah.
Aside from stealing over 500,000 pounds of RuneScape gold and causing much misery to many people.
I think I was in like fifth grade, fourth grade. I don't know. It was the last year that I ever believed in Santa, I remember. And I asked Santa to give me RuneScape gold. No, I still do. Don't worry about it. But I asked him to spawn in like 10 mil gold to me in the game, and I didn't get it. And that's weird. I don't know why I didn't get it.
I bet Santa sat there, read that shit. I'm like, wants me to buy fucking gold for his game? No, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah. I didn't think he'd have to spend anything. And I was like I remember thinking to myself at the time, like, why doesn't everyone just ask for this? Like, this would be the easiest moneymaker. Like, maybe that's what they did. Maybe that's what people did for money. I didn't get the gold.
Is that what made you question Santa's existence after that?
No. I remember
You're like, Santa just doesn't want to give me that.
Yeah. It was definitely a big shocker to me when I didn't get it. When I woke up and didn't have 10 mil GP on my account, I was a little shocked. I was a little thrown off. And
he normally never misses, man. What happened here?
He never missed, dude. He was so reliable before that. No, I remember I found out about the Easter Bunny not being real because my grandma just let it slip. And then I addressed my mom about it. I was like, look, I just heard something real disturbing and I need you to confirm this. And she did. And I was like, so are you saying the same thing for Santa then? Is that what's happening here? And she was, yeah, well, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Damn,
thanks.
the Easter Bunny ruined it. Technically, your grandma did.
Yeah, it was a grandmother.
Damn, imagine, bro, collateral damage of Santa. That sucks. Santa was probably pissed from that.
Yeah. No,
Easter Bunny taking his shit down.
Yeah, he got taken out. It's fine.
That's it? That's it as far as holiday creatures, right? Yeah.
Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy, yeah. You're right. Very specific, by the way.
What?
Give me your rotting, fallen out tooth.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
I'll give you $20 if your parents, for whatever reason, do financially well. Otherwise, you're getting 5, maybe 1.
You know what's crazy about that is I found out the Tooth Fairy wasn't real, but then continued thinking that Santa and the Easter Bunny were.
Dude, that's because she wasn't a holiday. She was more like a random event.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded too good to be true.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. So you mean nobody wants, I mean, if you think about it, someone breaking into your fucking room in the middle of the night to steal something under your pillow and then being like, I like this so much, here's some cash.
Have you decided if you're going to have your daughter believe in the Tooth Fairy, if that's going to be a thing?
You know, I've not gotten that far, I gotta say. No,
you don't have to. It's not a concept that'll be even.
Well, I think the Tooth Fairy is this whole thing because it's like, you know, children are losing their teeth.
Yeah.
And, you know, that could be like a traumatic thing. So I think it's one of those things where it's like, you're like, oh, this is such a good thing. The Tooth Fairy is going to come. And they'll be like, what do you mean the Tooth Fairy? Because they're crying, obviously. They just lost a tooth. It's traumatic. Like, what do you mean the Tooth Fairy is going to come? It's like, well, if you put this tooth under your bed, Mom's going to sneak in the middle of the night and put a 20 there. That's not as fun. So you say Tooth Fairy.
I guess it's the most pleasant way to put it. It could have been like Dr. Tooth or something. Dr. Tooth's coming tonight.
Dr. Tooth's coming. He wants your teeth. He's going to make dentures. No, Dr. Mouth is not allowed in my house, dude.
Dr. Mouth will be here tonight. Make sure you put that tooth under your pillow.
Dude, I will visit Dr. Tooth at his dentistry practice. Dr. Mouth is not allowed within 500 feet of my house.
Do not let Dr. Mouth near you.
Do not let fucking Doctor. That guy is problem.
Yeah, he's
with a Z at the end. There's been a lot of
stories. Yeah, there's been a lot of problems with him.
The mouth kidnapper. I think that's linked to him. I think it's linked to him, dude.
The mouth snatch, dude.
The mouth snatcher, bro.
Oh my God,
steals every bone in your mouth.
Yeah, not just your teeth. He likes that. That's so weird that he likes that. I don't like that at all.
No, to be fair though, that's why, you know, I think he has like a 1-star review, like on Yelp. People do not like that.
I think we should probably put him in prison. I don't like Dr. Mouth, dude.
Dr. Mouth is a disgusting scumbag. It's something we got to move on because if you say his name too many times, he moves into your town. He moves into your town. It's like a Beetlejuice situation, but much more real.
Yeah, very real.
He just purchases a property in your town. Dude, then he moves. Dr. Hole.
Dr. Mouth, man. Dr. Mouth just distracted me because I realized we only talked about 2 out of the 3 DEADMAN things.
I
forgot, dude.
Fucking
All-Stars. Dr. Mouth. Yeah, All-Stars.
Dr. Mouth. That's what he does,
I guess
dude.
you can't talk too much about the future one, but we can talk about the previous ones. Did you not do the previous ones?
No.
So you're going to be doing it for the first time. So what's your impressions of like All-Stars knowing what it looks like before? Because you haven't really participated. And also people always ask me, I get asked all the time why you don't do it.
Why do they ask you?
Because they are too scared to ask you or something. You're a scary guy. A very scary guy.
Very scary guy.
So I don't know why I'm less scary, but whatever. We'll not think about that.
We're not going to think about that.
I think I always tell him that you just don't like PKing in front of people.
That's what you tell him?
I think so. I'm like, he does it better in private.
PKing?
You don't like PKing in front of people.
For years.
No, I said in front of people. Yeah, I guess it's streaming it. Yeah, but you haven't. So,
well, yeah, it's because I didn't like streaming for years. That's why
I had to come up with something, dude. That's what I came up with.
So
Probably
you just came up with
thing.
the first lie that you could think of, as opposed to maybe you just didn't have time.
Yeah, it's just like, well, no one's gonna like, be mean about performance anxiety, so I'll go with that one. I just sort of picked that one. Yeah. But I don't know the reason. I don't know why you don't do it.
I just didn't have time. It's not some crazy scheme. I just didn't have the time, dude.
That's what those people get for asking me instead of you. I don't know why they wouldn't just ask you.
Yeah, fair enough. They're gonna get just whatever's in your brain that day.
I got to come up with something, dude. I can't be a guy that says I don't know. I don't want to be that guy.
I got asked to do if I wanted to do All Stars, and I was like, you know what? Like, I finally have time this time. I'm in, right? Like, I'll do it. And then I find out a week later, oh, this event, it just got cleared. It's gonna be in person, the finale, in front of thousands of people. I'm like, this is the one I say yes to.
Yeah,
the one where I'm gonna be in front of thousands. I've never been here in this event before, and now I have to be in front of thousands of people. So what if I crap the bed?
Yeah, you might.
Yeah,
because you've done things in person, but not in front of a crowd. No one's done anything in front of a crowd here. It's gonna be interesting to see like who is the pressure going to get to.
That's not true.
Or have you?
What? No, that's not. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, there was one of the DEADMAN finales that was at RuneFest, and I was like a level 89 or something, and I just fucking died on stage because I'm level 89.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
It was like a multi thing. Yeah. I didn't even remember that until you just said that.
Oh.
It was like probably like 2017 or something.
But it was probably so unorganized that it didn't even matter.
It was not organized, and I was like an itty bitty little guy back then.
Yeah.
I was like 2'5".
Yeah, you were very small.
Very small. But yeah, like now this is going to be, it was really nice for you back then. But this is going to be like a different sort of thing, dude. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Like I'm trying to go in and just have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is probably like the lamest answer you could possibly fucking give.
No,
but like, I'm just looking to vibe with whoever's going to be on my team.
Yeah.
And, hopefully try to win. But, if you don't win, who fucking cares, man? It's not like I'm sitting there doing this for $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 50,000. It's not that much.
Only 50,000. That's nothing to me.
Dude, I guess there's not that pressure.
If it was for any amount of money, dude, I would be like, I'd try my fucking heart out, first of all. But second of all, I would be, the fucking pressure would be so much more on, dude. I like that it's kind of like, I guess there's pressure, but there is, but there isn't. You know what I mean? Dude, imagine that fucking event only sells like 200 tickets. Like no dude,
I feel like it's gonna do really well. I think that.
You think so?
I think it'll sell out. Yeah, because there's never been a U.S. event before. I feel like people are gonna go to it. Like I think a lot of people just didn't have the chance. Like it's so expensive to go from U.S. to U.K. Like if you don't have. If you're not at the correct airport, buying at the correct time, that shit is so expensive at times. Like, it's crazy. So I think people flying to Chicago, like this very main international airport hub, so flights aren't going to be insane most of the time. It's going to be way cheaper than flying all the way out there. I think this is going to be like their first chance to actually go to a RuneScape event. So I think it'll sell out. There's a lot of people that play this game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that could be cool then, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine they're going to try to build it up to be a little more than just what it is too, like just the PvP All-Stars thing. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, what it looks like, but I'm really hoping to not shit the bed in front of thousands of people in person and online.
Yeah.
So, I guess we will see. You know what I mean?
If it makes you feel any better, people have watched you do awful performance, but just after the fact, like, way more people have watched you do things that you're probably not proud of. Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm sure you've made a mistake while PKing before. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure
you think
you've looked back on some event during your day and been like, damn, I really
missed that
silly
one
back
tick
there.
AGS there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
What a bummer that was. And now look at those comments.
I mean, maybe, but like, I kind of don't think about that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think you should start.
You think I need to start, thinking about anxious moments? To start
introducing a more anxious mindset before this event.
That's what you need to do.
It might be your secret weapon, dude. Maybe you actually perform way better if you've got all this pressure of looking real silly in front of people. Because if you mess up, everyone's going to stop looking at the screen, look at you directly, like line of sight, point and laugh.
you think every single person in the auditorium or where the fuck it's going to be like one of those things that, like they're going to be like,
yeah, and they just point and start laughing hysterically.
And
then the J mods are going to come over, put you on a stool and put a dunce cap on, and you got to sit in the corner while everyone else still fights.
Damn, and that's just for me.
You're the only guy that's happening for, which I don't think is fair, but it's not my event. I didn't come up with that.
It's not your event. You I get it.
I don't have that kind of power.
You'd make it like an equal, everyone wears the dunce cap type of thing. That's fair.
Yeah, everyone's got to go sit in a corner when they die. I mean, I think you'll do fine as long as you don't think about that.
That's cool. So I mean, realistically, if I just don't lose, I just have to get first every single time without fail and never make a mistake and be better than people that have been doing this at a higher level for multiple years.
Yeah.
That's not going to be hard.
No, it'll be fine.
That sounds like a Thursday to me.
Yeah, it is a Thursday. It's going to be so casual for you. I remember during the OTK event, because we didn't have an audience like in person. It was all there was like 90,000 people watching live on fucking Kick, which it's the worst audience to be having on you like ever. But I will never forget the dreadful feeling of being in that like King of the Hill thing. It's like 3v3 and like you go till you run out of supplies, like all-star format, and just walking in there and having Annie Fuchsia with a full set of Torva on rag bolting me. I guess it wasn't really rag bolting, but it was Torva bolting, and there was nothing I could do. And my two teammates walked in and died. And everybody in the chat is just saying like, L Jimmy, worst coach of all time, worst player of all time. I was like, dude, if this was in person, like if these people were in person, I'd be getting like booed or something. Like it would be like, I could not imagine getting booed in person. Like that is gotta be a terrible
that's gotta be
feeling.
Brutal. That's gotta be brutal, bro.
Because only like a select few, like you've got to be a performance artist of some sort to get booed, like even have the opportunity to get booed. So
you think people would boo you because you got bolt ragged to death?
Probably, yeah.
Dude, bolt ragging is it's unfortunately one of the most effective things that you can do in this game. You can straight up beat someone that is better than you if you just sit there and you bolt rag. It is a possibility.
Yeah.
Especially with the OTK event, I'm pretty sure that they were buffed, right? The non-RuneScape players.
Yeah, and so people were like, "What's going on?" Even though I'm praying correctly, like I'm just doing whatever I can against this terrible thing going on.
That's like one of those things people don't know, dude. If you don't know PKing, you don't know that like that you like. There's nothing you can do other than maybe stand 10 tiles away to where they can't hit you. And that's it. You got to get creative, and even then, dude, like you're opening yourself up to so much more exposure. I feel though, like if people are booing you for getting bull ragged, that's crazy. But that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? That wouldn't have happened to you. The only time you get booed is when you suck at singing in front of an audience, and that's when people are brutal. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like how mean spirited you have to be to just throw out a boo when you're one of thousands of people in an audience, and you start that. The first guy to boo normally gets other people to boo. You know what I mean? You got to be a real mean-spirited person because the guy doesn't sound good the way he's trying to sing his heart out to you.
Or you're just from Philadelphia, and then you just boo
or you're
all
from
the time.
Philly.
Yeah, you just boo anything that doesn't go your way, especially at sports. That's just like you're booing more often than cheering if you are from Philly.
Like in football, it really is down to like the plays, right? Obviously, yes, you can have exceptionally gifted athletes, and they can turn stuff around and make it go their way. But it's like a lot of it comes down to the playbook. You just got meaty guys attacking each other, and then you got slightly less meaty guys running around those meaty guys. Imagine, your whole job is to just run the ball. You get brutally fucking tackled. Yeah. You're pretty sure something's fucking broken. And the only thing you can hear is thousands of people fucking booing you. That's got to be like the lowest feeling that you can get.
Yeah.
You get booed after you just got brutally fucking destroyed.
Oh God.
That would suck more than anything. I feel as though that's one of those boos you don't come back from, where you're like, that's the boo that fucking broke the camel's back, dude.
I always feel nervous about is when I'm at a sporting event and the national anthem's going on. And I'm just like hoping with all of my heart that this person knows the lyrics to the national anthem, because there's nothing I hate more than seeing a botched national anthem and then them having to like figure out how to get back on track and like,
oh God. Why do so many of them get it wrong, dude?
It's just it's a confusing order. It's a confusing melody and a confusing order, but I get so happy when I look up at like at something, like usually like that little strip, that electronic strip between the stands, and it has the lyrics on there, and I'm like, yes, there's no way they fucked this up. They've got a karaoke machine in front of them, dude. That's awesome. Like everyone should do that forever. No, national anthems being butchered should be a thing of the past. It's this thing that hasn't happened in 30 years.
We got a lot of technology to really avoid this.
Yeah, dude, it should never happen. It's crazy. Dude, I hate that so much.
The worst is when they go interpretive with it and they're wrong. And it's like
interpretive when they go, as in like,
it's like for the like that sort of deal. Like you're like, you gotta just do it how the original guy intended from the fucking 1700s or 1800s, I'm gonna say. And I guess that's what makes us uniquely us, is that we, even though after knowing the national anthem for well over 100 years, still get it wrong. It's a very uniquely us thing.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we've been studying and rehearsing it for 300 years. We've only been alive for however long we've been alive for. So we've only had that amount of time to do it. I think I would fuck up the national anthem if I tried saying it right now. Like,
really? Oh, I don't know it
hundreds of times, but I feel like it would get to me.
So I'm willing to say this. If you were to gun to my head, like sing the whole national anthem, I'm dead right now. I'm willing to admit that. But if I'm hired to go and sing someplace, I'm going to at least go to A-to-Z-lyrics.com and look up what the fucking lyrics are of this song.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some sort of idea. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to practice.
Yeah, you got to practice.
I might not be the best, but I'm definitely going to practice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck up the words. The only fuck up I would have is I just straight up don't say the word, because I'm like, and you get like that deep swallow, and you like, and then your brain starts like you are under attack, sending like signals like that. That's how I would fuck up. But it's not because I get the words wrong. Although again, in this very particular instance, I'll even he says God bless America. I was gonna say I don't even remember how it starts, but right. Is that how it starts? God bless America, land that I love? Or is that a different song?
That's an entirely different song,
dude. I'm dead. I'm telling you.
It starts with "Oh Say."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about. That's the other America song. Doesn't get as much face time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her. I remember. Why don't we start singing that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
God bless America, my home sweet home. I think sometimes we sing that one.
Sometimes. I like the Canadian national anthem. Oh Canada. I love that one.
Oh Canada. That one's good.
Yeah, dude.
That one goes hard.
That one goes hard, dude. I love going to hockey games when we're playing a Canadian team, because I love hearing that. I love hearing the Canadian national anthem. I feel no patriotism towards Canada, but I love hearing that song.
No, dude. It goes so unreasonably hard, bro. Like sometimes. And there's something with like the UK too. One of their songs, right? No, one of their like national Yeah, one of them's really good too. I'm remembering. One of them I love, I believe.
Well, all right. What do you say we wrap it up here in this very real call? It's nothing more than just a Discord call.
Start taking your vitamins, guys. It's not looking good out there. I'm looking at some of you, and you are malnutrition.
Are we acknowledging them now? I don't even know how they're watching this. First and foremost, I don't understand that.
They're not. They got a cup, and it's like on the wall type of thing, and they're like listening through that. Yeah,
which is really weird. I don't like that they're doing that.
I don't like that they're doing that either. That's what they're doing, though. Could just be winter, but you got to get some vitamins in you, bro.
Dude, that buy release poster is coming down any second, dude.
What's wrong with it?
It just doesn't look like it's all there.
I mean, you made the poster, so I don't know what you're, coming at me for. That's your artwork.
I did make it like extra sturdy. That's actually, you can't get that anymore.
You can't get this one?
No.
You saying I should sell this on eBay for $200 or $300 then?
If you want to, yeah.
I'm accepting offers. Comment down below.
there you have it, folks. Go ahead and give your offers. I'll even let you forge my signature.
You don't have it on there? Wait, no way.
What do you mean, no way?
By the way, why does this say Jimmy Production? Not Productions. You only made one product?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. I've never looked that hard at it, even though it's...
I guess you haven't.
It's right there, but I actually have my... wait, which way do I need to turn? I've got my plaque covering that part, so I have no idea what it says down in that corner.
I do like this. This is a good quality. And my favorite thing about this is that you're implying that there's a mountain directly in the middle of Varrock when there's not.
Yeah, it looks really nice there, though.
It looks cool. Who made this? Did Jake make this?
I think that was Little Smoke.
Little Smokey, dude? This is fucking clean, bro. Dude, this is crazy. This is all wrong. This is White Wolf Mountain and then Cavalry right there. That's right. And then there's like the Warriors Guild. But you're saying that another whole section of the map is behind right there. I'm not believing you. That's the wilderness normally.
Yeah, it's the wilderness normally.
If we listen to Reddit, we can remove the entirety of it and just put fucking White Wolf Mountain there. So I think it looked different. I'm down to try something new. It
would look really nice there. That's all I'm saying. It
would
look
really
view.
Nice. There's a good view. That. All right, let's put this back up the way it was meant to be. Here we go. Look, guys.
That looks nice.
Thanks for watching, but we're going to be removing your ability to have the cup on the wall.
Yeah, get out of here. Move out. And don't come back unless we tell you to.
Shoo. Next week.
Back. They'll all be back next week.
I'll be back next week. I mean, I will too, but I said the word all. Anyway, bye.
Bye.